The question is more important than the answer. I need you to understand what this means. The question is more important than the answer. Some of you guys' problem isn't that you're getting the wrong answers. No, your problem is that your questions might suck and you might need to fix them. And I know that's painful to hear, but that's the truth. Hold on tight. I'm about to drop a whole lot of knowledge on questions and answers to open your mind, to get you thinking differently so you can unlock your future and all of your potential and take it to the next level over and over and over, because the question is more important than the answer. Guys, this is Ozzy Ramirez. I'm with the AskOzzy.com real estate team and AA Realty and AA Coaching. I'm here to help everyone as much as I possibly can, not just in business, but in life. And I want to explain what I'm talking about. The question is more important than the answer. People come to me for coaching. I've coached hundreds and hundreds of agents, and people come to me and they ask me these questions, and I realize I could give them the answer. But what's more important is if I could place the right question in their head, or if I could help them learn to seek better questions, those questions stay in their head. And when they ask the right questions, they will go out and begin to find the right answers over and over and over. But most people, their training on questions is so off that they're seeking answers that don't fit them, and they don't work, and they don't get them where they want to go. And they wonder why they're always freaking confused. I'm going to tell you a story that will help you relate to what I'm trying to say here. I don't even know where I got this story, but I heard a long time ago. It says there's a census worker who comes out to this farm, and there's a farmhouse in the distance, and there's an old woman sitting in a rocking chair on the porch. He's at the fence, and he yells, "Hey, I'm here to find out how many people are in America." And the old lady says, "Well, you're in the wrong place because I have no idea. Go away." He's asking the wrong questions. He's posing it the wrong way, so he's not going to get what he's looking for. In fact, all he did was confuse the old lady. She's like, "Why the heck are you here? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know that information." If you change the questions, you'll find the better answers. So, for example, a lot of people that come to me, they say, "I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want out of life. I don't know what I'm looking for." Or they'll ask themselves, "What do I really want out of life?" And I got to tell you, that's such a vague, open-ended question that it often confuses people and leads people to nowhere. Instead, break it down a little bit and say, if I live my dream life every day, what would I be doing? If I was absolutely, and you might want to pose it like this, if money was not an object, what would I be doing today? If I could absolutely live my dreams and money was not an object, what would I be doing today? Who would be with me? Who would be around me? Where would I go? What would be the weather? Would it be an island? Would it be a city? Would I be going to a baseball game or swimming on the beach? Who's around me? My grandkids, my wife. Ask these questions. I don't have grandkids. I don't even know why I said that. But start asking these questions. I think it's because I've already got my future planned out, what I want it to look like. And I can wait to have grandkids. I'm not there yet, but I'm excited to be a grandfather one day because I've asked the questions and put myself in the place. And if you ask yourself, what would a day look like? And you started writing down, well, I would start off with some exercise, some prayer, meditation. I would do this, I would do that, and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. And you just start living that life. And some people think, well, that's impossible, Ozzy. I got to pay bills, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. Well, again, ask a better question. So here's another question is, what would a healthy person do? Because I'm a healthy person. And then line that up and ask yourself, what would that look like? Here's another, what would a spiritually peaceful person do? How would they behave? Okay, because I'm a spiritually peaceful person, so that's what I'm going to do. And just keep asking the question. And often we ask the question, we find one answer, and we stop. Ask it again, take it layers and layers and layers, and the answer can reveal itself and really open your mind. One of the greatest questions I've ever heard is from the book, The One Thing. And I may be butchering this, but the question is, what is the one thing that I can do that by doing that one thing, it would make all other things unnecessary or irrelevant? What is the one thing that I can do that by doing that one thing, it can make all other things unnecessary, irrelevant? And if you take that question and you ask it in the phase of your life, your health, your spirituality, your core relationships, all these other places, your business, and you really start to break it down, you create a list and you narrow that list down, you can find the one thing that you can create in a habit that can absolutely change your life. And it simplifies things. Other questions you can ask yourself in business is, does this really make me happy? Is this bringing fulfillment and purpose to my life? When I go to sleep at night, do I feel like I've accomplished things? And just start digging into that. How are you feeling about this relationship with your business? How are you feeling about your purpose? If your soul is not being fulfilled and you're not living your purpose, you may need to change what you are doing. Another question could be, on a scale of 0 to 10, how am I showing up for myself in my personal life? How am I showing up in my health? How am I showing up in my spirituality? And that may be the beginning question. And then you may need to pose it in another way to say, who in my life do I believe is the healthiest person I know? Okay, now comparing to that person on a scale of 0 to 10, what do I rank myself? Okay, if I'm at a 6, what do I need to do in order to move me to be a 7? What is the one thing that I can do in my health? By doing that one thing, it would make all other things unnecessary or irrelevant. This is a question game to unlock your mind. And you just keep asking questions and questions and questions. And I'll tell you, as a coach, when I coach people, the most valuable thing I can do is ask the best questions to help people unlock their spirit and their mind and self-discover. When we go on a journey of self-discovery, that person becomes more powerful for them and themselves and their life. And I help them unlock that with the questions. And the more beautiful thing is, if we ask enough of the right questions, I begin to plant those questions in their mind. When I'm not around, they ask the right questions, or they ask better questions, so they seek better answers. Because biblically speaking, I believe this is a Bible thing, is what you seek, ye shall find, or what you seek, you will find. So if you're looking for the right things and asking the right questions, you will get better answers. If you're asking bad questions and find better answers, find worse answers. If you ask worse questions and find worse answers, you're going to find worse situations. If you ask better questions and find better answers, you're going to find better situations. Focus on the question, ask better question. Heck, get your AI and say, what are the best questions I need to begin asking myself to live my best life? Get around people that live in questions. If you're not in a question culture where people are asking, why do we do that? What if we did this? What if we did that? And asking the deeper and the better questions, you may need to find a new tribe to get around to ask better questions, to unlock what's here and what's here so you can live your best life. The question is more important than the answer. And a lot of people will disagree with me. I don't care. It's the truth, whether you like it or not. Seek better questions, find better answers, live your better life. I hope this helps. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Talk to you later. Bye.